Snow still coming down in parts of Maine. A blizzard warning still in effect until tomorrow morning. That could present some dangerous conditions.
A 12-foot adult male shark is in Casco Bay. It's at least the third great white tracked off the Maine coast in the last month.
Surfing is an extremely humbling sport at times. You know, one day you come out of the water and you feel like you're king of the ocean, and the next day it reminds you that you'll never be king of the ocean.
Once you get the bug, the surfing bug, then you're more willing to kind of brave the cold.
I think as humans too, we put so much of a limit on ourselves, on what we can do. That was when the light bulb went off. I'm like, if I survive this, I am going to do that.
Imagine, if you will, a territory almost as large as all of the rest of New England put together. Or if you will have some idea of the size of the extreme northeastern state in this land of ours, the Pine Tree State, the state of Maine.
Maine, a sanctuary for the outdoor soul, drawing in those who seek to escape from the relentless pace of life. A summertime paradise that offers a little bit of everything nature has to offer. Yet, as temperatures dip and autumn leaves fall, the crowds disperse. They are unaware of the secrets that lay along this coastline. Here, in the heart of winter, lies Maine's true enchantment, a treasure waiting to be discovered.
Mainers are a unique breed, and they're hardcore. They grew up in this. They live for winter.
It's not the most hospitable place, but you learn to live with, you know, the rougher elements, the cold and the winter. Just when you're out surfing in that, it just really elevates the experience to another level.
Over time, as the months go on, you're gonna get into more difficult surf as the weather gets colder, but also better surf because there's gonna be more waves and bigger waves to surf.
If you really are into surfing and you definitely want to catch waves, you got to kind of get into that and follow it. You really follow hurricane season close, and nor'easters in the winter. Like, once you know it's pulling offshore, it's coming by shore, you know, like, you got a day until you're gonna hit great waves.
Pretty interesting thing where if you'd asked me, I didn't even think there were 1,000 surfers in Maine. I'm Ryan McDermott. I'm one of the owners of Black Point Surf Shop, and my brother and I run McDermott Shapes as our board label. We've done like well over 1,000 boards in the state of Maine now. Ooh, I like the tail.
You like the bevel?
Yep. To me, like, the most responsible thing I can do as a board builder is make the most durable board possible that still performs well.
This is fun for me to make because it has a purpose. I'm not just like making a surfboard to make a surfboard. I looked at the board completely different. I could stop looking at what I was taking off of the board, and I started just looking at what was left. Having a board that lets you surf more like you, with the rails just the right thickness, and it has just the right amount of tail rocker because you're not as aggressive as a pro surfer. And there can be things that make a board easier to surf for you. I think that's what makes having like a custom board, that's what it's all about.
I am a terribly nostalgic person. I have a vision in my mind that's never sharp edge to edge. And I think by taking an image or creating an image, I'm freezing that. I'm Stephen Wells. I am a mediocre and hobbyist surfer and photographer. Surfing also is a bit of an outlet to free myself from the 9 to 5 and give me another way to look at life. This is my favorite camera to take into the water because it really exercises the brain. In a digital camera, you cannot recreate the warmth that you get out of a film camera, for sure. The glass has character, the camera has age on it that adds to that character. And for me, it's just knowing that that print came out of this little unassuming camera just adds that much more to the story. I started thinking, I've got this photography thing going on over here. I'm also surfing. It would be really cool to combine the two of them. Shortly after moving here, it was actually late 20s, diagnosed with cancer, and that set me back a ways. When I was diagnosed with cancer, driving in my car, pulling up behind this person with a bumper sticker that said the driver of this car ran the Marine Corps Marathon. I'm like, if I survive this, I am going to do that. And within 6 months of finishing chemo, I ran my first marathon in Dublin, Ireland. At that point, training and then running for that marathon 6 months after finishing chemo, that was when the light bulb went off. I'm like, you can do whatever you want to do. I stopped doing everything that I had been doing and took that opportunity to sort of reset myself and my life. And the ocean was there calling, and so I set off, if you will, into ocean pursuits.
Stephen gets in the water, full wetsuit, full housing around his camera, and takes pictures of us. First of all, I'll tell you it's dangerous. There's boards coming at you left and right.
It's like moments. So like his photos, I look at them and I'm like, that was a moment.
Any place where no one else is capturing that moment in time, and then making it something that's going to live forever. It's important to me, and it's important to the people that are in the water.
I've always loved the ocean and swimming, and surfing was just kind of made sense.
I've been surfing for, I think this is my 5th winter coming up. There have been a few days where I've been able to do both. I've skied in the morning and surfed in the afternoon. Love the environment, love the being out there, the excitement of catching a wave, but also the camaraderie of being out there with your friends.
Sometimes I go out and I just want to be like by myself and, you know, kind of have like a quiet moment to myself on the water, but sometimes I want to go out and, like, you know, be with a couple friends and just chat and casually surf at the same time. Once you get the bug, the surfing bug, then you're more willing to kind of brave the cold and put on your winter wetsuit and go out there in the snow.
Well, right this very second, what's going through my mind is the snow under my feet is permeating up through my body, and I'm starting to feel like an icicle. When it's here and it's offshore nor'easter and you're paddling and you're wearing all this rubber and your face is beet red, you're having the time of your life.
We all have things going on elsewhere in our lives, and some part of the experience of surfing is just escaping the reality, and when you're on a wave, the only thing you're thinking about is that wave.
I love the ocean, honestly. It's a weird thing. I don't feel right unless I'm in or around the ocean.
The actual time that you're surfing on a wave is so incredible that you just want to get back to that feeling.
When you're surfing, it's almost meditative, because you have to be paying attention to surfing. If you're thinking about anything else, it doesn't work.
For a moment you do it well and you're like, I want to do it again, and I want to do it right again, and I want to be better at it. But I don't know that being better at it is what necessarily drives me to do it. It's the fun of being out there with the friends and just catching a wave and feeling that exhilaration.
We're just out here having fun. We're not going to set the world on fire at surfing.